Differences over the political crisis in Ukraine have been towering above the EU-Russia summit in Brussels. The event was scaled back by the bloc from 2 days to just a few hours over the row. Let's now talk to our correspondent Tessa Asilia, who's been following the meeting there. So, Tessa, what's come out of this summit? Has it managed to achieve anything?
Well, we know this Russia-EU summit has been consistently billed in the past as a platform for furthering the strategic cooperation between Russia and the EU, and to a great extent it was in terms of the topics that they did touch upon. However, we know that coming into this summit there was this huge issue, that of Ukraine, that was hanging over the meeting, and the relations were strained after the decision of the Ukrainian leader Yanukovych not to go ahead to sign that agreement with the EU in favor of closer ties with Russia. So that was one of the sticking points of this discussion, and what came out of it, basically all of the representatives, Putin, José Manuel Barroso of the European Commission, and Herman Van Rompuy of the European Council, all condemning the violence, also Barroso saying that violence is not the answer to this, and the EU urging that those who are guilty of this violence be tried in the country. However, moving forward together, Russia and the EU says that they will go on with consultation on the Eastern Partnership Program, Ukraine being a part of it. Now, there were a lot of questions as to Russia's position politically, if in case the opposition in Ukraine does indeed take power. And this is what Vladimir Putin had to say on that matter.
Russia won't revise any credit agreements with the Ukrainian government, no matter who's heading it. We've never had any problems talking with all political powers in Ukraine. This has never been a taboo. What is important for us, though, is we want Kiev's economy to be creditworthy. We want it to be able to successfully restructure and develop.
He's also taking a very pragmatic approach, that's what he says, as far as the economic policies of Ukraine is concerned, and also urged the international community that for those who are urging the leader Yanukovych to act in a civilized way, to ask the same of his opponents. Now, as we speak, the EU Foreign Policy Chief Catherine Ashton is visiting Kiev, as well as they've had a visit before from other EU officials, and on this is what Putin had to say.
Russia is not going to interfere with Ukraine's affairs. I can imagine how our European partners would have reacted if, in the midst of the crisis in Greece or Cyprus, Russia's foreign minister turned up at one of the anti-EU rallies and addressed the people, urging them to do something. We believe it's not right, and considering relations between Russia and Ukraine, it is totally unacceptable.
Now, terrorism is a consistent topic of these meetings, and they said that they will continue cooperation in this. Russia saying that the Sochi anti-terror base was built on the partnership with the EU. They've also touched on Afghanistan, as well as common concerns on Syria and Iran. But discussions are going to continue in the next Russia-EU summit on June the 3rd in Sochi.
Tessa, thanks very much for that. That's Tessa Asilia live there in Brussels.